Hi, this is Pastor Thabo Matsecha. I welcome you into year 2025. I want to encourage you that as we start this year, let us open our hearts and allow God to be at work in us and to work out in us that which is pleasing to Him. As we start a new year, I want to share with you principles that can help me and you to effectively start this new year. These principles not only work when it comes to starting a new year, they can also work in other areas of your life where you have to start something. We draw these lessons from the book of Genesis chapter 1. Verses 2 tells us or paints a picture of what was there in the beginning. It tells us the earth was without form, tells us there was void, and it tells us there was darkness that has filled the earth. And in the same verses 2, it tells us the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the earth. And then the next thing that we see and we read is that God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And of course, when God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, the Bible tells us that He saw that the light was good. Now, what are those principles that can help me and you to effectively start this new year? Drawing from the verses that I've just shared with you. Principle number one is observation. Don't do anything. Don't start anything without first observing. What is it that we are expected to observe? We need to observe both our past and current reality. What is there? What is your reality? What are you faced with? What is your reality in marriage? What is your reality in the family? What is your reality in the business? What is the reality in the community? What is the reality in the church? What is the reality everywhere? So you need to be able to observe, accurately observe your past and your current reality before you do anything. Now, you see that when it comes to observing your past and your current reality, do not only focus on the negatives. Do not only focus on the things that are not going well. Yes, there are things that may not be going well when you observe your current reality. But it's not all things that are not going well. If you take a step back, you realize that as much as there are things that are not going well, there is also things that are going well. There is lots of opportunities. Because in verses 2 itself alone, while it paints a picture, if maybe it was today, many of us will be hopeless. Many of us will be discouraged. However, you do not have to be discouraged. You do not have to be hopeless if your earth is without form. If your earth is void, if your earth is filled with darkness, you do not have to be hopeless. You do not have to be discouraged. Why? Because there's an opportunity. And this opportunity is presented by the Spirit of God who is moving upon the face of the earth. Now, as much as me and you can agree that there are things that are not going well, we can also agree that there are things that are going well. There's quite a number of things that we are doing right. Yes, we do err, we do make mistakes, but it's not going to help you to forever beat yourself on those mistakes. It will never help me and you to forever beat ourselves on our failures, because while there are failures, there's also successes. If you take a step back, you realize that you have successes in your life. And the second principle is the principle of implementation. Now, the first thing that I said is observation. And I want you to look at the part of implementation or action, taking action. There's what we call systematic decision making. Systematic decision making. It's not always the case that you just have to make a decision. Decision is not enough. The decision that you make has to be systematic. The decision that you make has to be accurate decision. It has to be a spot-on decision. And why do I say spot-on decision? The first thing that I said we observe in the story of creation is that the earth was formless, was without form, void, and there's darkness. And the first thing that God does is to say, "Let there be light." You can see and you can understand that when God is making a decision to say, "Let there be light," in the story of creation, He is systematic in His decision making. He's not creating man and woman. While it could be good, it could be exciting to first create man and a woman, but where will they live? Will they enjoy living in darkness? And the answer is no. So God first creates something that he knows that once this is in place, everything else becomes easier to make. And I've observed a number of people in business, in church, in marriage, everywhere in families. They get excited in just making decisions. And what they lack is systematic decision making. That's why their decisions are not yielding the desired results, because the decision making is not systematic. And the next thing that we see is when God reviews. Because the Bible tells us that after he said, let there be light, and there is light, and he said it was good. So we always need to review. And I want to tell you that God did not wait until the end of creation to review what he has done. God was reviewing whatever he was doing every step of the way. And I want to encourage you that create a habit of always reviewing what you are doing in your life. The decisions that you are making, it is important that you review them every step of the way. Why is it important to review your decisions every step of the way? Because you need to be able to tell if the decisions that you are making are improving or worsening your situation. So God was able to say, because there's darkness, the earth is without form and is void, let there be light. And when he saw that light, the decision he has taken is improving the situation. And he says, this is good. Your decisions can never be good. There is no result that can ever be good as long as it doesn't address your current reality. It can be a reality in the family, reality in the church, reality in the marriage, reality at workplace, reality in the community. Our decisions have to be spot on. If we want to be relevant, we've got to be spot on in our decision making. And you review. And when you review, the importance again of reviewing is that you are able to hold yourself accountable, to say, what I have done, what do I say about what I've produced? Before any other person comes to tell you what they think about your results, you need to be the first judge of your results. You need to be the first judge of your results. And I believe that the moment you become the first judge of your results is the day you're going to be a better person, is the day you are going to be accountable, is the day that you're going to be responsible, is the day you're going to be interdependent. You are not going to live your life on the basis of the opinions of other people, but you're going to live your life on the basis of the judgment that you give to your own inputs and outputs. I just thought that I need to share with you these 3 fundamental basic principles if we need to start effectively this year. 1, observe. 2, take action. 3, review. God bless you. See you next time.